the morning calls me home. Calls me home.
Hey there y'all, it's me Ryan the Mountain Man, and today I'm going to be doing the first ever Q&A video here on the channel. So it's going to be a fun one. I have full thanks to give to MoneyMatt747 for suggesting I do this. I thought it was a great idea. He had said it in the comments, and I'm like, yeah, I'm always just answering questions in the comments. Might as well make a whole video answering some of the best questions that y'all could possibly ask. I asked y'all in a community post a few days ago to do this. Give me some great comments, and well, you sure did deliver, all of y'all. So thanks again to MoneyMatt747. I got it pulled up on my old laptop here, the page, so that I can react to the comments. So without any further ado, let's do that. A ton of likes, but honestly not as many comments as I thought, but there's enough here to make a great video. 480 likes though, that's a lot. I wasn't expecting that. But only 23 comments. But it's enough. It's enough to make a video. This one from Tom, I don't know how to say that. Steven, it's probably just Van Schigger. I don't know. But good show for all of us out there. Amen, amen. Oh, that's not even a question. What in the hell? Tom, you're supposed to ask questions. Anyways, Mad Mary Jo says, love and miss you, Trapper. Again, that's not a damn question. Whatever. Joe Storm, 6160. Fans, while drumming up questions. Oh, this isn't a question. I read this one. Don't bother asking about Mountain Monsters because that show is over with. Yeah, that's true. I think they're all questions here on out, though. It's funny how the ones that aren't questions went up first. Anyways, yeah. Claire Verson, 2369 says, what is your favorite monster? I would probably say, I probably would have said the Cherokee Devil before. Maybe the Raven Mocker, maybe the Yahoo. I don't know, they're all fun. I do love the Raven Mocker because he can shapeshift into anyone that he wants. He can be any monster at any time. I think I'm gonna go with the Yahoo though. I just love that sound he makes. Yahoo! And I love when the Ames team tries to imitate his famous sound. So I would go with the Yahoo, probably. I think he's a really cool Bigfoot, but to be honest, it always changes. You know, if they come out with this other monster that we had never heard of before in Sons of Appalachia, maybe that will be my favorite one. I don't know, but I love all the monsters, so you can't go wrong. I just think there's a few of them, like the Snallygaster and the Hogzilla. They're not all that great. And the Sheep Squatch, some just seem more unbelievable. So they're not my favorites for sure. But anyways, from James Dash L3N, he says, they haven't found Trapper's drilling rig after the cliffhanger. Well, that ain't a question there, James. What in the hell? Okay, from Skyu999, she says, what is your favorite Mountain Monsters moment and why? I like that question a lot. What is my favorite Mountain Monsters moment? Well, you know what? You just can't go wrong with that classic scene. I know you're all going to think that I'm going to say when Huckleberry is rubbing Jeff's sunburnt titties, but no, not that one. That's probably like my second favorite. My favorite scene has to be the Ames Physique Award. I just think that's such a classic scene. I know Trapper's not in it. I think there's some great Trapper scenes too, but I do love that part when the Ames Physique Award in season 8 of Mountain Monsters, and they all got their shirts off, and they're just, oh, not Buck, of course, because Buck is witnessing it all, and he's like, he has to be the judge. It's just so funny, and it's so, like, it's like they just watched the Rewind 721's parodies, and they're just like, clearly people like these, so, yeah, we're going to ban them all, and then we're going to put it in the actual show. So, yeah, I think that would be my favorite scene. I love that one. From Jared Lang, 1968. Love you, Gerald. He always comments some great comments. He says, what got you started on your interest in Bigfoot, mountain monsters, and the great outdoors in general? What made you interested in the subject enough to start a YouTube channel? Hoorah! I love how he threw the hoorah in there. But what got me interested in Bigfoot, mountain monsters, and the outdoors in general? Well, I've always loved the outdoors. You know, I just think it's so much fun to be outside. Why would you choose to be inside? I mean, I can be inside too, but I think that at the outdoors, especially the change of seasons and then experiencing it all, it's just so much fun. You know, like when fall's coming right now, it's so much fun. I love to be outside, smell the fresh air, and go for walks. and it's just fun. Go for Bigfoot hunts, of course. What got me started in Bigfoot? I would say not mountain monsters, to be honest, just documentaries in general. I used to watch them on Netflix when I couldn't find anything else to watch, and then I'm like, this is interesting. And I never thought about Bigfoot. I saw it in the Goofy movie from when I was little, and there's other Bigfoot pieces of media, not a ton for kids, but yeah, you just kind of, everyone knows Bigfoot, right? But not everyone believes. What got me started in really just, I don't know, Bigfoot in general, I would say that. Goofy movie a little bit. And then eventually, watching documentaries. I don't remember his name, but there was this documentary, kind of a boring guy now. I would say, after watching Mountain Monsters, he seems boring, but back in the day, I thought he was pretty fun. I don't remember his name, though, but maybe it was a Finding Bigfoot documentary. I don't think so, though. I forget. But, it was kind of fun. But then I realized Mountain Monsters, and I'm like, this is funny. And then I saw the Mountain Monsters parodies, and my brother really liked those. And I didn't like them so much at the start, because I was too little to understand them. I just thought they were bad and inappropriate. But then I'm like, these are just hilarious. Once I kind of understood what they meant, and I just the satire nature of the parodies, it's funny. So, yeah, I got into those. They got deleted because I guess they were too bad and the copyright issues. But yeah, and then, I watched the whole show. I just kind of started binge watching it. And then I think I was around 2018 or so. And then the next year, 2019, season 6 came out, and I love that season. And I love the road team from the newer seasons at the time. And then when season 7 came out, I was disappointed. I didn't think it was that great. Season 8, better, but not my favorite. Looking back, I think it's a great season, but in the moment, I didn't like it so much, and turns out that was the last season. But yeah, anyways, that was a great question, Gerald. Next question from Carl Dean, 9084. Will we see the Rogue Team again, and will we find out who shot the Stonish Giant? Well, I don't really know. I can't answer that 100%, but I'll try. Will we see the Rogue Team again? Buck did say in that one live stream that we will probably see them. I think he kind of said, he alluded to it, but I think he was talking about thinking about that now that we've watched some of the episodes of Sons of Appalachia, maybe he meant the the sign in the back of his truck. Maybe he thinks that was from the Rogue Team that said find Gus and dig and stuff like that. So I don't know exactly if we'll see them again, but I sure hope so. And will we find out who shot the Stonish Giant? It's about damn time we find out, but honestly, I don't think so. I don't know if they'll revisit that hunt, but sure would be cool to find out. I'd love to find out where he is, who studied him, or did they just bury him, or what do they do with him? This giant Bigfoot body that they just hauled off into the night. Where is he? I don't know. That's a great question, though. Great for a theory video eventually. So if y'all want to comment down below your theories on that, maybe I can include them in a future video. This is from Money Matt 747. He says, "Thanks, brother. You didn't have to do that, but thank you, yo. No problem, buddy." For the shout out I was talking about. And then, wait a second, y'all. Before we move on to the next question, I completely forgot to answer Money Matt's question. I'm just in my room right now putting the video together. And then I'm like, wait a second, I don't remember answering Money Matt's question. Did he have one? And then I was looking at old videos to see, and I'm like, oh, my Jeff and Willie video where he initially asked me to make this, he actually asked also, a question. So what he said was, what's my thoughts on the time frame for the Sons of Appalachia episodes, how they're coming out. Well, there's one coming out today, luckily. It's the 8th of September today, and episode 4 is dropping apparently later on at 6. I think that they need to be more consistent, honestly. I think that they're just putting them out however they please, and it's just not really working for some people. People like a schedule. I think I understand maybe they can't get one out every week, but it seems like they can't even get one out every 2 weeks. So I don't know. I think that they should have a schedule, even if it is once a month. They should still have a schedule. Although that's not enough. I feel like that's too long to wait. Maybe every 3 weeks, or at least just post in advance, well in advance when the next episodes come out, because they just leave us hanging. But I don't know. It seems like they don't really want to change that. Maybe as they get more funds and they get better at doing this YouTube thing, maybe they will improve and finally have like an episode schedule. And I mean, they just need to film everything and then put it all together and then just put them out consistently. But they don't really want to do that right now because, they want to get as many as possible, as fast as possible. So yeah, as a result of that, I feel like we're seeing inconsistencies from episode to episode. The theme song changed, I think, a little bit at the beginning of it. They just keep changing, tweaking things a little here and there, and it's not that big of a deal, but it's a little annoying. Makes it feel like almost like someone else is editing this show. So I think that they should have edited all the episodes consistently together rather than just like, oh, we'll film one, we'll put it together, and then we'll put it on YouTube, and then the next day we'll be out in the woods making another one. That seems to be how they're doing it. That's like how I make videos. And it's okay for me, but it's not professional. So, yeah, I think they need to improve on that. But anyways, back to the other questions. Hoorah to Money Matt. From Philippe Penserive, 8512. I read these names all the time, but half the time I don't actually read them out. Like, I just know them. But I don't actually, I just don't know how to pronounce some of them because I'm an old redneck. But he says, or she, I'm not really sure. I think it's probably he. Which creature did the Mountain Monsters crew go out there first? After the first one, well, that would have been the werewolf of Webster County, right? I believe so, but that was in the show. Who knows what the first one was like before they were even part of the show? I don't know exactly, but I would say that one because that one's from the show. And then from Hank Bridges, 1935, where next video be coming out on YouTube? I like your show, Hunting Bigfoot and Mountain Monsters 2. I wish you guys pick up where you guys left off, showing us that Trapper is done with the hunting buck, Huckleberry, and Wild Bill. You guys put on good show. Keep up the good work. Sometimes you just know when somebody voice typed it. Well, I think this is more so to the AIMS team, or the SOA team. I figured we get some comments like this where the people are thinking that because I put a picture of Mountain Monsters, I probably shouldn't have done that. But if I don't, nobody will like it. Nobody will view it. So I can't really answer that. When the next video will be coming out on YouTube? Today. Apparently at 6 p.m. for all, and a little bit earlier for members, the new episode of Sons of Appalachia, episode 4. So look forward to that. From Sedation, I don't know, 4267, of all the cryptids in American lore, which would pose the biggest problem for you guys to investigate? Another question for the SOA team to answer. So if y'all are in the comments, answer Sedition's question. But for me, what would be the biggest problem? For me, I don't really investigate creatures too much, but I don't know. I would say probably the Ravenmocker, like I was talking about earlier, because he can shapeshift, so he could really be anything. He could turn into this giant monster and just like stomp on them all, right? I mean, theoretically, he could shapeshift into whatever the hell he wants. From Daniel, not my friend Daniel, I don't think, -K1G1B, I wonder if they go after the Bigfoot on the cliffhanger and find the oil rig. I wonder that too. But that's not a question, Daniel. Samuel Bastable, 2002, says, I just want to point out, 10th of September is not a Monday, but a Wednesday instead. Oh yeah, that's true. I fixed that. I remember that. Sorry, y'all, for the cut. My dad just came home with chicken and some old wedges from Zares. Let me ask you something, y'all. I have a question for y'all on this Q&A for me. Do you like mustard with your chicken, or is that just a me thing? I've always enjoyed it. I think it's very good. Mustard and chicken, especially the softer chicken. When it's like, I don't know, harder and you got the crispier outside, maybe not, because then it's like more flavor, but this is like a softer chicken. So, yeah. Very darn good. Doing a little taste test in the middle of this Q&A video. But anyways, getting back to the questions now. There's only 5 more left. But yeah, from Anthony Ryan -08U, will you hunt the galley snaster again? I don't know what the galley snaster is. I've heard of the snallygaster. I'm just kidding. I know you meant the snallygaster, although I don't know if that was like a screw up or a spell check, because I don't think galley snaster is a real word either. Anyways, though, I don't know. I'm not the SOA team, but I would say that they would be open to it. But actually, you know what? From the live stream, somebody did ask them that, and Buck replied with, Probably not, because it's a flying creature and they just don't really want to do that. But they did just get a drone from all the people's donations. All the fans been donating to them, so they bought a drone and apparently more microphones and stuff. So maybe they'd be open to it if they had a drone. That would be like hunting the Snallygass in the 21st century with a drone. That could be cool. That could work out well. But anyways, next question. Deem C Canna 6412. Are all five returning to do the show? Hell no, not all five returning to do the show. They already started the show. But will Jeff and Willie ever return? I don't think so. You know what? I'm doing some groundbreaking news, and I'm going to be talking about it on a future video. But apparently, Jeff and Willie did try to reconcile with the other members. But apparently, hear me out on this. Creepy People Entertainment were the ones that split up the team. So I don't know. I can't say anymore. Not until my big video on it. But anyways. Next up from Kyle Barfield L2Z. What hunt was the most dangerous? I don't know. Well, I would say the most dangerous hunt was probably I think the Cherokee Devil hunts towards the end. That was like I don't know. I was worried for the actual Ames team's safety out there when it was messing with their minds and stuff. You don't know what's gonna happen when you got a telepathic mind controlling Bigfoot. You know what I mean? So yeah, I would say that one is probably one of the most dangerous. And then from Anthony Becker, 9480, he says, "Hey Mountain Man, so question: did the Ames team found the digging site, or they have not found that after what Trapper did at that site? So did they find that drilling site, the digging site? No, they didn't. Well, maybe, I don't know. They did it off camera. If they did, they said they hunted for 2 more weeks after season 8 stopped filming, but they never did in Sons of Appalachia so far. Whether they will or tell us what they've been up to with that hunt eventually, maybe that'd be cool, but I kind of doubt it. But anyways, last question. Serbian Dude 99. Somebody at the door? No, I guess somebody walking by. Out of all the cryptids they hunted, including the ones we know of in SOA, which one is your favorite? Ooh. Well, that was kind of a question before. My favorite. So I guess it'd be the same answer, the Yahoo. But I love the Cherokee Devil. I think they're all cool. I like the Dogman type creatures too. The werewolves and all of that. They're all fun. The Kentucky Hellhound is cool, but maybe not cryptid-like enough. I don't know. I'd probably go with the Yahoo, like I said earlier, to be consistent, because I don't know. I don't think my mind's changed in the past 10 minutes or so that much, but my opinion's always changed on the best creature, but for now I'll say the Yahoo. But anyways, I guess that's it for the questions. Nobody else asked any, so I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and well, I'll be seeing y'all real soon for another one. If we can get up to maybe some more Q&A videos, I don't know. Ask away in the comments. If you got any more questions for next time, I'll see y'all there. Hoorah! I'm going to catch 'em all. Shush.